All right, we've already composed our stacked wall. Now we want to make sure that the dimensions are what we like. We started with a sketch. We sketched it pencil the old-fashioned way. We did some quick math calculation of the floor-to-floor height. Let's see if it worked. Okay, so as we looked at it, one zone of it, which was this zone, we dedicated to just foundation wall. Then we located where the ground line is, which is right at this point. You see the red line I sketched over here to the bottom of my wall, 6 inches. So from there to my foundation, top of my footing, I like it to be 2 feet. So that's where you see ground line to the top of the footing, 2 feet. Then ground line to my subfloor, I like it to be 1'6", and that is because of the 3 steps. Then from the ground line, which is part of my elevation facade study, right now it's giving me 17.5, and I liked it to be 15. So I may actually change my variable height, and therefore my overall height from 17.5 to 15. We'll see what that does. And then we came over here, and from the bottom of the wall to the top of the wall is 19 feet. So when we pick on the wall, we recognize that the height of the wall is 19.5. Therefore, we had to offset the base, not at the 0, but negative 4.4 feet and 1 inch in order to get this configuration. So the strategy is first, in your cross section, let me go back to the floor plan. So in the level 1, you cut a section through your wall and try to adjust your stack wall based on that cross section. I took the liberty of renaming that cross section, section 1 SEC, stacked wall, so I can even say tall stack wall, so I can actually come back and study it. So when I cut that section, I definitely see this on here. I want to, just in that view, annotate, sketch with my red line, my basic wall, which is essentially is a takeoff. I'm sketching basically what I have here. So footing, I'm sketching, foundation, my stud wall, my finish, my roof, my parapet wall, and all my layers. And then as I compose my stack wall, I match it with this, and obviously all of this coordinated with the floor plan because I wanted to make sure that that wall, the inside of that wall is matched with my red line. Should it be a little bit further, let's say your wall happened over here, not a big deal. You take that wall, forgive me, all right, you take that wall and you move it simply from its very corner to the edge right over here. Don't fuss about whether it ends here or not. Right now, all you need to do is make sure it's on that edge. And when you have the colors, it allows you to quickly see the gypsum wall board versus stud area, airspace, rigid insulation, and your stone finish. So it's very easy to see. So now I want to go back to my cross section. I want to make tiny variation. So go to that cross section, and I said, I don't like the fact that it is 17 feet. So what I like to do is take my wall, and I like to change that wall height from 19. I want to lower it to 17, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. So 17, and as soon as I do that, then all of this height just gets lower. So I'm going to move that wall from here 2 feet because I just lowered everything by 2 feet. And voila, everything is in perfect shape. Let's make sure that we got the wrong stuff out. I'm going to take the wrong line out here. So actually, those lines, these lines, control. I'm going to move them over here for a second, okay? So now the top of the wall is the same. Everything works out the same. The only difference is I no longer have 17. I actually have 15. By the way, I changed this 15 feet. I changed this to use text so I can write over it. So you can hover over the dimension, click on it, and you can change it so it can give you the text. Let me just pull this text a little bit out of the way. So there it is. All right, so my height again, also my height then changed to 17. So I need to change that so my notes are correct. My height is this. It's 17 feet. Now let's see if my floor still can stick there. So I'm going to move, oops, backtrack, Nazi. So I'm going to tornado pick, move from that junction to here. My floor still sticks there. I'm in good shape. Everything else remained exactly the same. Nothing changed. Only the variable changed and pushed the wall down, which essentially shuffled my my ceiling. So now this becomes also different. So I need to change that to 10 feet because it switched from 12 to 10 feet, which is quite ideal, and I'm very happy. So 10 feet is a nice ceiling height. I'm okay. If I wanted the ceiling height to be higher over here, then I need to shuffle. If I wanted my ceiling height to be still at 12, I need to push this one a little bit higher so that my parapet wall is different. Let's pick this guy and edit. And I'm going to go here, edit here. My stone wall is 1 foot 11.5 inches. If I wanted that 10 to be 11, then I need to push that guy up at least by 1 foot. So it's going to push it. Let's just double check, see what it does. If I change that to 0 and say OK, and say OK, you can see it pushed everything up higher. So now it's going to be 11 feet in height. Now 11 is not a very good height because I would like to have actually, I would prefer having 8, 9, or 8, 9, or 11, 8, 9, or 12 feet. So I'm going to undo this and really keep this the way it is. And if I wanted to have lesser wing wall, I can actually toy with that and do it otherwise. But I actually am going to keep this parapet wall tall because I may decide to put my mechanical equipment up there, and a tall parapet wall is actually helpful for that purpose. So I'm actually quite happy with this progress. I like the floor to ceiling to be 10 feet. And I'm in good shape, ready to go. My other floor to ceiling may be actually at 8 feet, so it gives me 2 feet for my clear story wall, and then that 2 feet is going to give me about 1 foot for clear story windows. So I'm okay with that. All right, now we're ready for putting the floor, and I'll do it in the next section.